Ahoy, hoy, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of the Disney Dining Show. I am your host, Craig, and I am joined alongside by a bunch of hungry individuals. More specifically, those hungry individuals are Erica Resnick.
Hi, friends.
And the one and only Rhino.
Yummy, yummy.
Yes. We're all hungry to talk about today's topic. No, we aren't going to do another eat, treat, or trash. We will do one of those again at some point in the future, but at this point, my fingers have almost fallen off from writing so many comments about explaining that it's just a game. Like I'm not trying to be rude when I comment back to it. Because a big sticking point for it is a lot of times people are like, I can't believe you would review these places that you haven't eaten at.
We're not reviewing them.
And first, it's not a review. None of it. It is literally just discussing restaurants. And second, with that too, anytime you go and travel to a different country, a different city, someplace, you're going to look at menus for restaurants. And some of them you're going to look at and you're going to be like, no, I'm not interested in going to that place. And that's what the spirit of that game was. It's looking at Disney restaurants and saying like, okay, yeah, I'd eat there. Don't want to eat there. And it's up to how people want to play it. If you only want to say, I'm using only firsthand experience with it, then yes, you're a terrible person for trashing something you haven't been to. But that's not how the game should be played.
It's like when you're on a street in Italy and you're trying to decide where to eat and you pick the menu that has the most pictures.
Exactly.
Never.
No, that's a good rule of thumb, though, for travel. If a place has too many pictures in the menu, you're not supposed to eat there because it's trying to get you in the door saying, oh, I see safe stuff on this menu, so I can walk in and enjoy it.
The way my mentality with the game that we play, though, is that I like to think about it as so like Panda's not in the room, so he can't defend himself. So I'm gonna trash him right now. No, but like I think in terms of like how he and I have had some similar things, like we haven't been here, but I like to think, well, is it somewhere that I've wanted to go? So wouldn't that be the treat for me? And this is a place where like, or you could say no. It sounds too adventurous to me, so trash, because I don't want to go there because that's not in my realm of comfortability. You know what I mean? Like, that's part of the game, too. So I don't think you... Also, when you play the real game in real life, I don't know those people that you would be marrying with, so, like, that's the same game, right?
Yeah, I feel like I need to just steal the catchphrase from Whose Line Is It Anyways? Where I don't remember it exactly verbatim, but it's like, it's all a game and the points don't matter. That's all it is. It's all just us having fun. We're just having fun. Talking about Disney and dining.
Mm-hmm.
And
having fun.
It's a good segue into this week's episode because so many people have been so critical about all of the places that we haven't eaten at when we're doing these fun games. Today we're going to play a take on Never Have I Ever. Except it's not really going to be a take. We're just going to kind of go through the restaurants and admit which ones we haven't eaten at. And then maybe that will be the motivation that we will go and eat at some of them. And we'll play off that. So
sadly, no booze in this game. Isn't that traditionally a drinking game?
Yes, it can be used as that, but no, not today. The only booze will be coming from the ghosts that are in this room.
Boo.
The ghosts of the studio. Oh, I hear one right now. Okay, so we're going to get to that in just a second. Before we do, I need to remind you this is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. If you like our content, you want to support us, book a vacation through Dreams Unlimited Travel. It costs you no extra money. You get the support of an awesome Dreams Unlimited Travel agent, so head over to dreamsunlimitedtravel.com today for your free, no obligation quote. Okay. I feel like this is going to go relatively quickly through Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios since we already did. Yeah, we're going to do. It's not honestly going to take that long. We're not talking about it. It's earlier. I'm just going to list the restaurants. Have you been or have you not?
Okay.
Should we do them after that? So, and we will break this up. We'll probably stick to the theme parks here and then do like another one where it's Disney Springs and then also the resorts. So I think that's how we're going to do it. But with Magic Kingdom, I'm just going to go through the list. Honestly, that's just the easiest way to do it. And anyone can say if they have been or they haven't.
So it's just saying because when you play Never Have I Ever, you would say like. Okay, because I'd be like, never have I ever been naked, run through a yard naked, and then people would be like,
I know.
Oh, he's drinking, and then you're like, what?
So this one's not a game. I'm titling it something that is very similar to the game that many people know. However, this is just a chance for us to say up front, I have never been to that place. So then when we do play Eat, Treat, or Trash again,
Okay.
it's not as much of a
This is the
surprise that we
reference
haven't
card.
been to it. Yeah.
Okay.
Kind
Okay.
of. This is that. So Crystal Palace. I'm assuming we have all been there in Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
This is you've been there with me, Rhino.
I've been there with you. What if I was like, no?
This is
It was a dream.
Main
Yeah.
Street, USA, the buffet with Winnie the Pooh and gang.
I'm familiar. I know Tigger.
Decent.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Liberty Tree Tavern. I believe we've all been to this
Yes.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay. Be Our Guest Restaurant. I know
Never.
we've all been there.
Never in my life.
All been together. That was a lot of fun. Go back and watch that review if you haven't. We'll pause right now for you to do that.
And look for the doctored footage.
Okay, that should have given you plenty of time to do that. Now, here I think we're getting to our first one that Rhino hasn't eaten at, the Plaza Restaurant.
That would be correct. I have never been there, and if you asked me where it was, I don't know that I could tell you. I mean, I know it's a Magic Kingdom, obviously. I think
Where
it's
do
the
you
one
think
that's.
it is?
I think it's the one that's on the when you're going toward the castle to the right at the end of Main Street.
Correct.
Okay.
job.
And I don't think I've been to the other one that's going to come up as well because that is the one on the other side. Is there not a restaurant in the
Crystal Palace, which you have been
No,
to.
no. I thought there was a restaurant near.
Oh, also on the right. You're talking about Tony's.
Yes.
We'll get there in a second.
Okay,
Erica,
okay,
you
okay.
have Plaza,
Yeah.
you have done.
Yes.
Okay. So Rhino, why haven't you done Plaza?
Well, because I think you and I are similar in a way where like when we go to Disney parks, sit down restaurants are not always like a priority for us because we'd rather be like running around and doing stuff and it eats a lot of time. And I always say like I think like restaurants are for the advanced park goer a little bit, you know, like it's you've been there, you've done that, you're trying new things, you can enjoy your time a little bit more because you don't feel like you have to cram everything in. You know, the easy goers. And I've also never heard very positive things, but I usually try not to let that influence my opinion because it's different for everybody. But
Okay.
I just also, as not really knowing it was there for the last 38 years of my life,
Okay.
I still don't even believe it's real.
That's a fair enough answer. Fair enough. Then next we have Jungle Navigation Company Skipper Canteen, which I believe we have. You
I have
haven't
never
eaten there.
been.
And we know we've heard a lot about this one through the 2 rounds of Eat, Treat, or Trash. People are dying to get a review of Skipper Canteen, and I think I said in something with it, the day that we went to Cinderella's Royal Table, we had a reservation booked for Skipper Canteen. We were ready to go, and then Royal Table came up, and it was that like
We
quick
couldn't pass
decision.
it up.
Yeah, we couldn't pass it up. And in all the days that I've been looking for reservations for some of the restaurant reviews we've done since, and just like ones for the future, I still have not seen another Royal Table come up. So it was like that day was
We got
just meant
so
to be.
lucky.
We got so lucky with our timing because it had to be at the right specific time, and we got it. But Skipper Canteen, why haven't you eaten there, Erica?
No
Why?
one's ever wanted to go with me. So
That's sad.
I know. But
Sad.
I love watching reviews of it
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like I would love I love the menu already. I feel like I would love the whole experience.
Yeah. The theme.
I just
Yeah.
I just haven't had the opportunity to go. And I'm not like I don't like eating alone. So like I'm not just gonna go out of my way to eat there by myself.
I get that. Yeah. There's also too like when you eat alone at a restaurant. Like at
People are
Disney
judgy.
restaurants in specific, I don't judge people for doing it. I do it all the time. I sometimes have that FOMO that you have when you're with other people. Not necessarily you're going to like eat off their plates, but when you can see what else the restaurant has without like creeping on tables beside you. Sometimes I feel like I'm getting a fuller experience out of it versus when I go and eat somewhere and it's like my plate sits down in front of me. I might have the best meal of my life, but I'm still like, but what else could I have gotten? What else was there
Wait.
that might have been better? And
So you like the group atmosphere for that reason
I do,
to
yep.
look to see the other things. The previews?
believe it or not, I'm sitting here saying I would prefer to not eat alone.
I was going to say if eating alone. Okay, so there's 2 types of eating alone though. Eating alone at a table where you're sitting in the restaurant by yourself. I'm okay with eating alone. I think at like a bar. because that way you
Yes.
kind of have it lined up. So then you can see, you get that sort of vague, like you're like, I'm not alone. No one could pick me out, but you are alone. But you're also like,
I agree.
I'm a cool loner.
I like eating in a group setting because for me, I associate food with like making memories. If I'm by myself, like
I'm not going to remember it. You're a blackout.
yeah. so
However-
I need other people there to like remember it.
Some of the best meals I've had sitting at bars are the best memories that I have. It's right in the right moment.
I have pictures of you eating a little tiny steak at Napa Rose.
Yeah.
At one time. In my phone, I'm
Unfortunately,
always like,
you ruined that one by being there.
Why do I? Yeah, I didn't eat either. I just stared at you while you ate.
Yeah.
It's
he
weird.
did.
Why
It
was I
very
weird?
awkward. And he kept being like, I'll get a dessert. I'll get a dessert.
And
It's
then
like,
I didn't.
Well, this would probably be the time to order the dessert while I'm eating my meal if you're only getting a dessert. I don't think I want a dessert.
And
Oh,
to be
damn.
clear, I'm okay eating by myself. I like a quick service.
Yeah. well,
That's fine.
I mean,
but like in a
you have
sit down
to.
restaurant.
You have to. You have to. So, great answer there, Erica, on Skipper Canteen and the reasoning. Cinderella's Royal Table. We have all eaten there together. Go check out that review. Again, I will give you a chance to watch it right now. Great. I felt like no time has passed since
No.
we were last there.
Wow.
That was great. Rhino, you still carrying around your wand?
It's actually in the trunk of my car. Yeah,
Oh, and your sword?
it's in the trunk of my car with the wand.
Okay.
It's special. I have a special
I
little
have
area.
the wand in my car too.
Yeah.
Wishing on a star.
I'm wishing on a star. We're taking you to screw.
So, Erica, what you don't know is that Rhino also made a reel of Cinderella's Royal Table because we didn't communicate on really
Yeah,
who was doing
It
what.
was my fault.
And so he started making a reel too, but unlike yours, he put way too much effort into it where he went and found like the AI scream voice and typed it out. But the problem is he chose that weird Wishing on a Star song that he kept thinking
I'm wishing
that we were singing on
a
about.
star.
Yeah, that one. And
Come
so
with
the
us to
juxtaposition, between that and talking about Royal's Table was disturbing. Like, come with us to Cinderella's Royal Table.
You'll check in at a desk out front. You can meet Cinderella wishing on a star.
I'm sure he has it on
You'll
his phone.
take an elevator. I
I
do.
need
I'll
to
show
see
you
it.
after.
Yeah, we'll show it after. I'm
I'm going
Kylie
to publish
hated
it someday.
She listened to it and was like, I don't care for any of this. It was just way too sexual.
Make sure to
But-
pay attention to the details.
Details.
Sometimes the simpler the better.
I ended it with, what's your favorite dish?
Gross. Okay, and finally, Tony's Town Square Restaurant. We know Rhino hasn't eaten there. Have you eaten there?
Yes, I have.
Then just Rhino.
Yeah.
Rhino,
Again,
why haven't you eaten there?
I don't know where it is. I know it's weird. You think like, oh, you go to this park so often. And I'm like, I guess I'm just not paying attention. I mean, like I vaguely know where it is. And I don't know. Again,
Map it out for us.
I didn't go to a lot of I never went to sit down restaurants when I was a kid at Disney. My mom was a backpack lunch person. So the eating at Disney is a new experience with me since I've lived and worked here. But when I was a cast member, there's nowhere I can afford a lot of sit down places. And we were saving those holiday coupons for Ohana's. And so
ones.
it was like that. Like that's what you always saved it for. And I loved that. And
We do Artist Point.
yeah, which another
Fancy.
one I haven't been to, but we'll never be able
Yachtsman.
to. It's gone. But so it's one of those things where like you kind of got hooked into those same couple, and so like dining at the restaurants is a new thing since I've been with the DIS. And historically, the opinion on the DIS is that Tony's is also not very good. But I feel like I have a very different palate from a lot of people here. So I'd be interested in trying it. I'm not opposed to it. I'll try anything.
Okay. I mean, we will do that one eventually. I see it. The hard part is I feel like with Tony's, you can't do that one without Pete.
Yeah,
Because that's
thing,
like
yeah.
he has to be the running staple of being in a DIS review of Tony's. So.
I'll be paid for that one right now. Hold on. Canned tomato soup. I messed it up.
Yeah, you did.
The one memory I have is that of it is always Pete will always say, "It's canned pasta sauce." Like, and I'm always like, okay, isn't it all? But so that's where I was like, someday I'll have the pleasure of going there with him, I think. But it's also, I feel like we've talked about Tony's way more than we've talked about the Plaza in terms of those two that are right near each other. Like, I feel like I hear about Pete going there way more than the other one. So I know that one and Hollywood Vine are like staples for him to always talk about.
Oh, because I mean, it's so ripe to go in and hate those. And let's be honest, people love a good bad review. I'm not saying we do it purposely with them. But
What
they
about a
love it.
bad good review?
Bad good review? like a good review that was done
On
poorly.
VHS tape.
So like every review that we do,
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
like had this been
self-burn.
in the hands of people who were good at their job.
That
But I will stand by this. While I feel like I've learned so much about food, not just from the cooking I do at home, but all the eating I've done throughout the world, and not just World Showcase,
God,
the
brag,
actual
you
world.
brag,
Like
you
I feel like
brag,
I've
you-
learned so much about food, but at the same time too, I also will acknowledge I'm an idiot. I literally I didn't choose to be a dining reviewer. It is part of my job that asked me to go do dining reviews. So I'm just doing it to the best of my
You're
ability
way better than me at it.
based on what I know. I try to just watch as many cooking shows and learn, but I also don't want to be the guy from the menu. I don't want to be the pretentious guy
Nicholas
who then
Hoult.
yeah, I don't want to get in the kitchen and then go. I'm not going to spoil it for people.
Yeah, don't.
But,
That's a big part of the movie.
yeah, and also it's a little dark, and I don't want to go down that road with it. But the point is,
Binge Top Chef.
yes, no. I was watching a lot of Next Level Chef this season because our friend Shay was on it. But spoiler, he just left.
Oh, no.
The show, so it was sad. It's okay though. All good things must pass. But that's it. We're only doing table service restaurants, so we're done with Magic Kingdom now. By the rate this is going, it will take us
2 hours.
2 more years to get through this show. So I'm kidding. First one, I can say we've all done at Disney's Hollywood Studios, 50s Primetime Cafe. We've all done it. Rhino loves it. We know it. Not a
I
problem.
didn't say loved it.
Loved it. Loved it. Okay, this next one, I know Rhino and I have done it. Have to get Erica's take on it. Hollywood Brown Derby.
Never been.
Never been. Is it price point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just wasn't something on my family's radar. And then when I moved here for college, definitely was not on my radar.
I think you could. Yeah, I was the same way. Like, it was very intimidating because it's their like signature dining. But I think like Craig makes a good point about the Cobb salad, and like I think if you go to like the lounge and you get a cocktail over there, you'd be like, I could do a little something. Like,
Yeah.
Still expensive.
that's my bridge. Oh no, yeah, 100%.
But for some reason, sitting in the lounge area makes you feel like it's a little bit more accessible,
Yeah.
even though you're spending just as much money. But yeah, I love it. I think the last time I actually had a full table service meal there was when we got together and had lunch with our friend Natasha, and I believe that was like right before the pandemic started.
Yeah, because I had my knee was messed up.
Yeah.
And I was like limping in that day.
Oh, and I know I was super sick that day. Like I was running a fever and
good.
it was real bad. I remember it because it was just like, well, we have to go see her. We have to go say hi. And I was like, I'll go. And I'm just like in a haze for that entire meal. So I think we all took a picture together. So there's probably a photo of me out there feverish at Hollywood Brown Derby. I have stopped doing that. I need to reiterate that. I don't go out in public anymore if I'm running a
Period.
fever. Or period, yeah.
No.
That came out weird.
Yeah, okay.
Let's move on. Hollywood and Vine. Have we all eaten here? I have.
Wait, what was the last one that you
Brown
said?
Derby.
No, before that.
50s primetime.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. When you said 50s primetime, I was thinking of Hollywood and Vine. I've been once, I think.
Yeah, I want to say yes, but I was a child.
Okay. Well,
I was a child too. It was 2015.
we'll re-exploit. For me, it was 2016. I went with John, Kevin, and Pete.
I went
And
with
if you ever
Pete, I
want the
think.
most awkward dining experience, not because of it's just awkward. Like, it's not just like being with other adults your age. You're the youngest guy dining with your older bosses at Hollywood and Vine with all these characters coming around. I'm just like, and I'm holding a camera through it all.
I do want to go so I can see the characters. I think I was like probably 6 or 7 last time I went.
I
It's
went.
been a long time.
There's a picture of me with Chip and Dale as the Ewoks in there, so I must have gone during Star Wars weekends, whatever that.
Yeah,
the last Star
I
Wars
remember
weekends.
we were friends when you did
Yeah.
that because I remember you doing that.
So that's why I'm like, but I can't remember any of
No.
the food. Like, I don't remember the experience.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's a buffet. It's always changing. One day at a buffet could be completely different from the next at a buffet. I mean, it's the same food, but you might make different choices. But we'll see. Well, 2 out of the 3 have eaten at the next restaurant, Mama Melrose's Ristorante Italiano.
And I didn't watch a review, so I have no
have
idea
been.
if you liked it or not.
It was great.
It was good.
It was great. Yeah,
I had a
it was
great
good.
time.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm jealous. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know if you. Well, no, you probably would have. If you would have went with us, you would have probably gotten the pork chop. And from the comments we've gotten on it, everyone said like the best things there were the steak and the pork chops, and it just felt so. It felt. I wanted the pork chop, but the lasagna swayed me over. It just felt so weird to be like, I can't go to this Italian restaurant and order the steak,
Yeah.
even though. Like I've been to Italian restaurant, like a normal Italian restaurant, you'll have your pasta course and then you'll have like your second course. So it's normal, but just like we also couldn't eat that much food. But Rhino, you really should go sometime,
Maybe I will.
maybe together. Roundup Rodeo Barbecue, we've all been.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
Check out that review too. This is the plug show. Check out those reviews
Watch
we
the
did.
review.
Watch it. Do it. What are you waiting for? And then I think we've all eaten here at different times, just not together. And Rhino hasn't had a full experience there, I believe, but sci-fi dine-in.
Have been. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I believe that was I think I went once for breakfast for a Star Wars celebration because I believe there was like blue milk that was like, it wasn't blue milk, it was blue Greek yogurt.
Yeah. As most Greek yogurt should be.
Yeah. The
Not
traditional
is,
blue.
but should be. So, yeah, so we and that's another one. I don't know why I said just we. I'm not saying yes.
He's very
Gosh.
French today.
Oui, baguette. Excuse me. What'd you call me?
That kills every time.
I've been trying to find us a reservation for sci-fi, and that's just so tough to get to. You can get it for like the tables of two because you know you're going to get put at a table or stuck with some other family sitting in a car and the awkwardness. So like I just cannot get a reservation for 4 or 3, and I keep trying. So we'll get that one soon because we do need to do a proper review of that. But something we also need to do is someplace in Epcot because we have completely ignored that so far,
yeah.
and that's got the most table service restaurants. I think we're going to fly through a lot of these though, so we're not going to spend too much time waiting around. Akershus.
Never
Yes.
Okay, so you haven't been
been. I have not.
just because you don't like the
Princesses.
Scandinavians. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
No, and my friend Ashley used to be a manager there for forever, so I don't know why I never went. She's not at all.
Oh,
Missed
I
the
miss
window.
Ashley. Haven't seen her forever.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you
Yeah.
knew who Ashley was. I was like, you don't know Ashley.
I do know.
Yes,
Ashley.
you do. We were all on a softball team. Yeah.
So, next, do you any other reason besides the princesses? Just
No,
never-
it wasn't even the princesses, really. It was just a thing where it never came up.
I mean, you love IKEA food, though.
I honestly do. I live down the street from IKEA, so I am a guilty frequent diner.
It's probably more convenient to just go to IKEA.
And it's cheaper, too.
Yeah,
Say it's
Like,
cheaper.
for sure.
Now they have the veggie meatballs.
Haven't tried them yet.
They're pretty good.
I've never had IKEA meatballs.
Oh, they're good. Erica, you got to get on.
Oh, I'm gonna go to IKEA.
Yep.
I've never had the food there.
But we gotta
Wait,
go to
you've
IKEA
never
now.
eaten IKEA food?
No.
Get
Erica,
in the
have you
car.
had?
Yes.
Okay.
I only go to IKEA to eat.
I'll go if Rhino makes a reel of it.
You want
Okay.
me to make an IKEA? Well, you know it's going to be an ABBA song.
on a star.
No,
Come
I'm
with
gonna
us
do,
as we go to IKEA.
Angel Eyes. And then it'll be Come with us to IKEA.
I'm not aware of what that song is, but that doesn't matter.
It's an ABBA song.
It's okay.
You
I
don't
don't
know
know
an
who
ABBA
they are.
song?
I don't know who they are.
Wait,
worst
18s.
musical I ever saw, though. Mamma Mia. I'll tell you that much. Next up, Biergarten.
I
We've
have
all been, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, that's what I thought. Le Cellier Steakhouse.
Yes.
I have been.
Nope. I'd never even been inside. I went to make a reservation once. It was for candlelight this last year
Okay.
for the first time I was going to do it because Simu it was guaranteed seating for that. Had no idea that it cost extra for that, so it was like $100 a person. And I was like, heck no, because I'm cheap.
So is it because of your hatred for Canadians or steak?
Well, it's probably a little bit of both.
Okay.
No, I love Canadians.
Not all provinces, though.
No,
Right.
I don't know. I can't speak for any. I can speak to the one I've been.
I ain't joking right now. I know you love Canada.
Provence. Honestly, and I'm not even against the steakhouse. I know I don't eat a lot of red meat, but I do like a petite filet.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. For years, Rhino will always talk about, I don't really like eating meat. And then you know what? He always seems to be eating when he and I are together.
Meat.
Meat.
We go to In-N-Out
Meat.
quite frequently.
We go to a lot of places frequently. I think that's called life.
We're not allowed to return.
I think that's called living, going to places frequently.
Living.
Good stuff. So Le Cellier, I'm not going to do it for a review. That's another one that I feel like you can only touch with Pete.
Yeah.
You need him there for it. But next up, Chefs de France.
Is that the downstairs one?
Yes.
I have been there with you.
Oh, yes. We've talked about this. Maybe not on this show, but yes, we have been together. Chefs de France. I just hit my nose off the microphone. Fun stuff. Okay. Coral Reef Restaurant.
No,
The
never
Living
been.
Seas.
Where
Uncle Jesse dove in through the water.
I love that episode.
to propose to his now ex-wife.
Well, no. Danny was going to try to propose while they were at the Living Seas and just Walt Disney World in general. But as they were sitting there having a romantic lunch, I believe it was, that's when Jesse and Joey came scubaing up to them and bothering them. And then before he could get back to it, that's when he got the call on the cell phone, I think, that they brought out like on a tray. And it was like, hey, Michelle's missing. She's what? I haven't watched the episode in a while, so I could be wrong about some of the details, but I feel like I got it 85% right. Yeah. So they didn't get to finish their meal.
I have eaten there before. It's been years though. But
I forgot that was the question.
Yeah.
So Erica hasn't.
Sorry.
No, I
Why
haven't.
not? Is it because you're vegan and you don't like
No.
fish?
She doesn't want to see the fish that she's gonna eat.
No, as a kid, I used to say that to my mom, like, I don't want to eat there because I don't want to like eat the fish and the fish are there.
Yeah.
It's just another one of those things that I don't have a lot of people in my life that like to eat seafood. So then
That's okay.
it just hasn't been a thing.
Yeah.
I almost went last year for a friend's birthday, but we ended up changing plans.
That's okay.
So
That's
almost been.
That was a joke because everyone keeps saying, "Isn't she vegan?" I'm like,
Let me
I
clear
have
that
to,
up.
I have to explain it a lot.
I am not vegan. I am allergic to dairy. So it's just easier to order the plant-based option so that I don't die.
And you feel better not eating red meat.
Yeah, red meat makes me sick. So the only meat I can eat is chicken, if I really want to. But if I
And
just want,
seafood.
yeah.
And
So-
you've
What
got to
about
be.
pork, though? We haven't done that. We haven't talked about that.
I
The
used-
other white meat.
I don't like eating pork.
Okay.
I haven't had pork in a very, very long time.
Mm-hmm.
I used to love bacon, but it's just something I haven't done. I'm not opposed to eating bacon again to see if it's something that makes me sick. I just know that steak specifically, any kind of red meat, makes me really sick.
Turkey.
Turkey, I'm good.
Okay. Fair enough.
As long as it's imported from Maine. That's a weird random High School Musical 2 reference, but she got it. Okay.
I'm over this. I'm over it. I'm over it. La Crêperie de Paris.
Is that the
It's
outdoor?
not day. Everyone always gets on me with French pronunciations. I know it's de.
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 Mhm.
De.
I've been there.
I have not.
So you've sat down and had a crepe inside then. Okay.
Pre-allergy.
Okay. And you have not. You've
No.
had the outside
Why would
window,
I sit?
though.
Yeah, I've had the outside window. Why would I go down and sit? Why do I need to sit down and eat that thing?
I've only had it at the One Media thing that they did. And I was like, yeah, I think I'd just rather eat outside. But also, we've complained about it enough. Universal does crepes so much better
Yes.
than Disney does.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And food
We're
trucks.
going to have a crepe off.
Orlando is made up of 3 food trucks, basically crepe food trucks, Cuban sandwich food trucks, but not like they serve all. They always lure you in saying Cuban sandwiches, and then it's like everything but Cuban
Yeah.
sandwiches, and then barbecue for some
tripleta?
reason. And the smoker's always hanging off the back of the food truck, like it
Yes.
looks like it's ready to fall off. You're like, they're one bad day away from losing their entire business.
It's going to be like that episode of Parks and Rec where Ron is in the park and he takes off with the smoker attached.
That's exactly what it is. It's just that. But Garden Grill Restaurant in the Land Pavilion.
Yes.
Yes.
Nope.
No, Rhino.
one of
That's
my
the one that
favorites.
goes around, right?
You don't like circles? You don't like spinning round?
I get
the baby?
motion
Right
sickness, so I'm scared.
now. Moving it like half a mile an hour.
Move like that. You won't even notice.
I've seen Alfred Hitchcock's Strangers on a Train. I know what can happen to those slow-moving carousels.
Are you afraid that it will start spinning so fast that it will just rise up out of the building?
And we take flight like the balloon kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That-
That's just what I need to add to
Legitimate.
my resume.
Is it that you don't like Pluto?
No, I love Pluto.
Is it that you don't like Mickey?
He's so
Do you
cute
not
in
like
his
Chip and
farmer's
Dale?
I
outfit.
love the Chip and Dale.
Okay. Do you not like living with the land?
Uh,
Say it. Say it. Let all the people on the dining show know how you feel.
I hate living with the land.
There you go, buddy.
I don't.
Feels good, though.
Guys, it's awful.
Feels good to say that, right?
Yeah.
Good. La Hacienda de San.
Okay.
La
La Hacienda. La
de San
Jacaranda.
Angel Inn. Gracias very much.
I'm losing it there. Yeah, we said it. Have we eaten there?
I don't know which one
is
it
that
is.
one?
Table service. Inside. Or outside.
Outside. Never
Outside.
been to the outside table service.
That's
no.
a shame.
No, the outside one I've been to once. I went when my aunt was down here. And yeah, we went and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Why haven't you?
It just wasn't on our radar. Didn't that open like 2014?
Maybe
No,
somewhere in 2012, 20.
No. I thought that
2011?
opened while I worked for the DIS.
No.
Because I was like, oh, there's a second sit-down location. I had been to the one
I
inside
feel
before,
like
but which I'm gonna.
First of all, we never ate at Mexico growing up. We always went straight either to Germany or France or Canada for food.
for the meats.
So it was never on our radar. And I don't remember when it opened, but it just no one wanted to go.
I prefer it over the inside one.
I hate the inside one.
It would be jumping ahead, but so inside, but we all have eaten inside, right? At San Angel Inn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that also?
I mean, that's what we.
San Angel?
Well, no. So the one outside is La Hacienda de San
Oh, La
Angel.
Hacienda's outside. Okay.
And the one inside is the San Angel Inn Restaurante.
How is the pronunciation on that, Erica?
San Angel Inn.
San Angel Inn
Yeah, at least I'm not saying
Restaurante.
San Angel Inn.
You
Yeah.
guys want to go to the San Angel Inn? Sounds good.
Yeah, it could be drastically worse. And it's usually.
It's okay.
I am not going to lie. I do struggle with the soft J's, the Angel. When I'm doing it, I'm always like,
I only
I
had to
watched
take-
Angel too much, and
I
his
took
name was
1
Angel.
year of Spanish and learned that unfortunately it was
Stop.
just a language that would not work well with my mouth. And
okay. I
so-
can't
Could you
speak it
say that
perfectly either.
again?
it's one of those, I struggle so much with that. Like I struggled with that. I struggled with French, with German. It was just like,
French I could
I know
never,
how to
never.
manipulate my mouth to that language, but my sister took Latin and I was like, I don't even know how you did that.
I
She's
admire.
not even a lawyer.
I admire the
Just my
multilinguist.
sister.
She's not even a lawyer. It's just a hobby.
Lawyer. She probably doesn't remember any of it. Maybe she does. I don't know. I'm not going to speak on her behalf. So we skipped over that to San Angel Inn, and we all said we ate there. So now I'll bounce back. Monsieur Paul, this is a Craig has never eaten here. Never have I ever.
Never.
Never have I ever. That's the upstairs one, yeah.
That's the fancy one.
Yeah, the fancy one.
The
One day I will
jackets.
eat here. I had one chance to eat there, and I just didn't take it. Pete was rounding up people to go, and I was like, oh, I can't go that night, but I really want to. But one day I'll go.
I think when I was younger, like I don't think I had the opportunity, but I think like French food is definitely one of those foods. Like when I was younger, I had not really an interest in. And the older I get, the more it's like I could tiptoe into more of these flavors than I was probably receptive to. The same way I think anybody should be with food. The older you expand your palate,
Yeah,
right?
you
You try
evolve.
different type. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
And I feel like I'm at that point now where I'd be like, I'd be more prone to it.
I agree with you. I think I was kind of like not about French food when I was younger. And then when I went to France, obviously all there was to eat was French food. And then I realized that I actually like it. And so now I want to revisit the 2 restaurants in France to try that. I just never been to the fancy one.
Gotcha. Yep. We'll have to go there.
I have read My Life in France by Julia Childs, though.
And I haven't, but I do know that we've maybe not Rhino here. 9 Dragons Restaurant.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I mean, this is way before the DIS. I think when like my first year I worked for Disney, I think I went sometime for a candlelight. I think that might have been the first time and only time I ever did like a candlelight dining package because it was like really cheap back then.
Yeah. At this point, Rhino, I'm expecting you to just lie about them so we can get through this faster.
Okay.
I'm not expecting you to do it. I'm just expecting you like, I don't care to talk about this anymore. I'm just going to say I've been to all these ones. And then we do the eat, treat, or trash. I'm like, well, I haven't been to those restaurants. So
And people are going to be like, "What? I'm putting corkboard, needles, string. We're doing it all." We're not doing needles. Sorry, that came out weird too.
needles?
Yeah, the bad guy from Back to the Future too.
That's what I thought. Okay. Rose and Crown.
Never.
Wow.
That's surprising.
Don't you say it too?
I've been there.
Okay. Thank
I've been there. I went with Jenny Lynn.
I feel like
So I don't know if
it.
it was like a early version of dining reviews or not, but I'm pretty sure I went there with Jenny Lynn once. That was the only time I've been.
You guys did kind of kick off the dining reviews back in the day.
There was a Scotch egg. I remember that. And I was like, wow, this egg is crazy cool. And that was the first time I ever had one, I think.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of next level chef, guy went to make a Scotch egg, forgot to wrap it in the sausage. So he served them a fried egg. Yeah, that was bad. But he made it to the show, so good for him. Why haven't you gone? You don't like the British?
Not that I don't like the British. It's
don't like
just so
Imperialism, it's not our thing.
this might, controversial. I hate fish and chips. So it's just like I associate that with that, and I don't know. I've been to the bar. I've been to the pub.
That's fine.
But I just haven't felt the need to go into the restaurant.
Well, the restaurant has more than fish and chips. A lot of food. I think the fish and chips there is good, but I usually opt for things other than the fish and chips since I can always just get fish and chips outside or standing in the pub. It's a terrible take, and I will not protect you from people who are against your hatred of fish and chips.
I just don't know why I don't like I don't like them from anywhere. I don't know what it is.
I didn't used to like that, like, because they reminded me of being a kid, like fish sticks, and I'd have to just like cover it in ketchup. It's one of those things older than I was. You have, all right, Eric, I'm going to be 100% honest. One time when you're drunk and you have them, you're like, this is the best thing I've ever had.
Well, maybe
and
that's
when
what
you turn
I need
around
to go
on
do.
it.
You have that in London?
I had it in bloody old London. I think that's a bad word.
Sure,
London.
you had it.
It was Ireland. I had them at a window that were amazing.
Aye.
Right? I was going to quote. Aye.
Maybe that's what I need to do.
Yeah.
All right, lassie, get
travel the
yourself
world.
out to a window.
Wow.
Go to Derry.
I'm done with.
There are girls there.
Isn't that in Northern Ireland though?
Yes.
I think you might
Did
be
I just
right.
say Ireland?
Ireland. That Isle.
The Northern ILM?
Yeah.
It's like the northern part of the
You would
ILM
think
building.
that I
The
would like
industrial
it.
light
I'm
magic.
60% Irish. You would think that
You
I
would.
would enjoy it, but
I mean, at least you love potatoes.
Well,
I love potatoes.
There you go. You got part of it.
shame on you. Shame on you, cow. Shame on you.
Do you use Kerrygold butter?
I can't have.
Oh,
butter,
yeah,
so-
dairy free.
Wow. So, she's not even drinking that Irish cream either.
I used to love
Wow.
Baileys in everything, and then my world
That's it.
shattered.
We're going to get you a bottle of Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
We'll get you back on
I'm
track.
guessing
Yes.
you're not eating the Kerrygold cheese either. No. Okay. That's a shame. So next on the list, I'm probably the only person who's eaten at this one, Space 220.
Yeah, never.
Yeah, I tried to wait in
I
line
know.
one day. It was 2 hours
That
late.
one's just too hard to get into. So I don't blame any of you, but we still have not done an official DIS review there.
What?
Yeah, because Denny's was part of a press event and mine was tied into one too. Denny's was a press only thing. Mine was, I think the restaurant was operating and they just had us in there eating a meal. I don't remember exactly anymore. I could be wrong, but it's just so hard to get into.
We got to get drinks at that one, though,
We'll try.
too, because that one's got creative drinks.
I mean,
Yes.
well, that's the secret behind the dining reviews that we've been doing. Rhino, Erica, and I still get drinks at all of them. We just don't review them because we're paying out of pocket. But next up on the list, Spice Road Table.
Oh my god, my favorite.
Rhino?
I don't... Wait, yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. Sure.
Wait, Spice Road Table is the one on the water, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think I've been since they redid it, though, to make it the lounge style. I think I
The
had gone
Dappa
before
style?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It
That's okay.
It hasn't always been that, right?
The menu's gone through a lot, but it's still, at the end of the day, the restaurant's still the restaurant. It's still serving Mediterranean fare.
I have sat in there and had food before. So
Okay.
yes.
Then that's fair. That's fair. But it's been a while for me. Last time I reviewed it, I think, was with Tyler, and we had a nice,
It
enjoyable
is
meal there.
my favorite place in Epcot.
Yeah.
It's the best place to get a drink in Epcot, not Rose and Crown, because they pour their drinks a little heavier over there. Love.
And there's no line.
I don't know why it's Michael Caine telling you about it, but
Michael Caine.
Michael
telling
Caine.
you about the restaurant. And
Michael
now-
Caine take you to Morocco.
Yeah. So now we're playing the former DIS employees checkoff. So
Yeah.
for anyone at home with your cards out there, we've now mentioned Jenny Lynn and Tyler. So still got a couple more to go, and I'm sure we can bring them up. One place I don't believe any of us have eaten to, but Takumi Te.
No.
No. It's just, it wasn't open long enough, and now
And
it
it's
is reopened.
expensive.
My part is that it's a romantic setting, in my opinion, from looking at it on the outside. I know that sounds weird. It just, to me, that's the vibe I get. Like, I would want to go there on a date night, especially since you're spending that much money. And unfortunately, because it is now they always had a prefix option, but I think that's the only way to eat it now, where it's all chef selection. I could be wrong on that, so don't quote me on it. But that makes it hard to take Kylie with the shellfish allergy. It's like, well, if you can't substitute it, then am I actually going to get my money's worth out of doing it? So maybe it'll come up for work one day. Maybe I'll just go by myself one day. I don't know.
It's one of
I want to have it.
One of RJ's restaurants. He worked on that and the Muppet place down the street.
Waka. So staying in Japan with all of that, teppanyaki.
Yes,
years ago.
Okay, me too.
Wait, but there's two.
That's the
teppanyaki is the
hibachi
hibachi. Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The hibachi
yeah.
side.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been to both, so I don't know why I said that.
Yeah. And the other side is Tokyo Dining, which I believe is under Reverb right now. That doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. It will be open eventually. But yeah, Tokyo Dining. I've eaten there.
I think I've eaten there with you.
I think I've been there.
I think it was like Dustin was still here.
We
so, boom,
did.
Check it off your card.
It was you, me, Dustin, and
way
Pete.
back in the beginning. Yep.
I remember that. Yeah.
That's the last time I've been there.
Yeah. I ate there with Corey a little bit more recently, and it was pretty romantic.
Corey getting sushi? Shocking.
We had a nice window view, and we sat out, and I said...
I can't remember, so I'm just going to say no.
Okay. Well, we will add that to the list at some point.
Honestly, I think we should probably do both, right?
Yeah, I don't think DIS has ever reviewed teppanyaki.
Yeah.
I don't remember it, though. Yeah, we don't... For as much love as we give the Japan Pavilion, we also seem to ignore it.
It's hard because in Orlando and literally around Walt Disney World property, there are so many hibachi and sushi places that are very, very good that it's like... that are significantly less
options.
Yeah, and so it's hard to be like, well, we'll go to that thing that we could literally be closer just going to from our house.
Yeah, like that was the one that I would go to in college. Like I loved getting the swordfish there, I think. Or I don't remember what I would get there. It was something, and then it was like when we come down to Disney, it was like, oh, your choices. I think Disney had swordfish too, but it would always be like, your choices are steak, chicken, whatever vegetarian option would be. I don't think it would be tofu with it, but it was always like sad. It was like, oh, they don't have as many options as other hibachi grills would have. So not that's a knock on it. It's still quality entertainment. You get a Mickey Mouse. You still get your little choo-choo train. You get all of it. All the classics. You get the volcano.
Oh, I love the volcano.
Yeah, I know you do. I like the train better than the volcano.
Do they throw the shrimp in the hats?
Yes.
Trying to kill everyone in the restaurant with the allergy.
That was the first restaurant when my parents met Kylie. We had reservations for there, and she lied to me because she would always go to what's the main one in Orlando? I can't think. I mean the chain, but
Urban Hibachi.
Kobe, thank you.
Oh, Kobe.
Her family is obsessed with Kobe still to this day. We don't go there with them when they're celebrating family occasions anymore because it was like she'd be like, yeah, I can go. Just the fumes will make my throat close up. And she always just tried to downplay it. But yeah, that was the restaurant my parents chose for the first time. And the person sitting right beside her ordered all the shellfish. So when they were cooking, it was all in the grill right in front of her. And she had an asthma attack halfway through the meal and we had to leave.
Oh, so, God.
I forgot where that story was going, but yeah, good times.
Hibachi,
shrimp throwing. Yes, if you have seafood allergies, shellfish allergies specifically, not just all seafood, but shellfish, stay away. Fumes in the air, bad news. Okay, we're almost done here. Just Italy left, believe it or not. Tutto Italia.
Yes.
Yes, that's the pizza one. Rhino.
Oh, yes, I've eaten there once. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a little overhyped. Just me.
I've only been once.
Eventually. Then Via Napoli. This is the one that is the table service.
Oh, I thought
that's also they're both table service. The one that's more just standard Italian fare, but Americanized
Via Napoli
Italian.
Was the pizza one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Did I get it backwards?
No, Tutto is like the more fancy one.
Yes, you're right.
One.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Tutto's fancy. Via Napoli is pizza because Napoli pizza.
That's what I thought. Okay.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
I'm losing it.
I have not.
I don't like.
I have had pizza there. I have not been to the other one.
I will admit, it's not bad Italian food, but It's
I've
never
been to
my
both,
favorite.
but I don't feel the need to go like back.
Yeah. I would go to Mama Melrose
I
first.
like the cellar. You know, like the little like wine
Yeah, that's-
cellar
yes,
there.
yeah.
I like that.
That used to be the place when we would be doing like food and wine festival and those events when we needed a break in the afternoon and we wanted to just hide away from people. We would just go in there. So dark.
I love that
Get some
spot.
cheese.
Yeah.
Drink some wine.
That was right after we came back from Italy too. And we were like, isn't this just like Italy? Aren't we so well traveled?
We are.
We're so cultured.
cultured.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rhino, you need to do the fancy one, the toots.
Yeah. The Stanley Toots.
Got to do the toots. Okay, wrapping things up here with Animal Kingdom, real fast, real easy. This one I'm gonna X out. We've all been here, and I don't think it matters if you've been to this exact location or any. I'm talking Rainforest Cafe.
Yeah.
We've all been to one before. If you say you have never been to a Rainforest Cafe before, I will come back
Kick you
there
out.
and slap you.
I've been to the
Slap you in
T-Rex
the face.
Cafe.
Same difference.
I have been to the one in
You're giving me hives
in the
right now.
country in Animal Kingdom because Sandy wanted to go one day. So my mom.
Okay, so you have been. To
I have been.
Rainforest
I've
Cafe.
been to it once. Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe twice, but yeah, I've been.
Oh my gosh, I was just about to give up on life.
I would honestly prefer T-Rex Cafe though. But
That's
it's fine.
okay. Guess
I
what?
agree.
Spoiler alert for when we do that next one. Haven't been.
What?
Gasp.
Oh God, we gotta go. We gotta do the
We're
drinks.
going.
We'll see.
We gotta do the drinks.
We'll see. You know, I want to go there, but that was always a favorite of Corey Fiascanaro. Boom. Tied him in.
Take them
Check it off.
Another one.
We got a couple more.
Oh, unfortunately I know we'll be able to bring up maybe two more here. So next on the list, Tiffin's.
Never been.
You've never been?
No.
I know Rhino and I have been
Mhm.
because we ate there for that Lion King event that we went to. But I believe we also had a meal there where it was you, me, Steve Porter, Charles, and Pete. I
And
believe-
Kathy was there too.
And Kathy. Well, she's still with us.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. You're just
She
naming
still-
people that
she
weren't
still
with
works
us.
here.
Okay.
Just because she hasn't shown up doesn't mean.
No. I thought you were just naming everybody that was there. Sorry.
Well, I forgot that she was there. We did invite her because of her. She grew up in Africa for a point in time, so I think we invited her for that. And but yeah, so the only person we didn't get on the checklist. I'm not saying their name. I'm not saying it. They have to earn it. Yeah, we had that. Why haven't you eaten there, Erica?
More
Why?
so,
Why?
I just think like financially, I just felt like, oh, it's a fancy place. Again, I'd be the only person going. So I just haven't walked in there. I've always thought that it'd be somewhere I'd go with my mom. So I've kind of like held on to it and waited for her to go do that.
We're probably gonna have to do it for work eventually.
Yeah. So she's going to have to
sorry.
kick the curb. Sorry,
Yeah.
Mom.
It's okay. It's okay.
She only birthed you.
Next one, I know that we've probably all eaten here too, and that's Tusker House.
Nope.
No.
That's the one character dining I haven't done.
Wow.
And it
Okay.
makes me so sad.
It's like the only character dining I have done. I've done some, but that was the first big one. And you know who was in that video with me?
Steve Porter.
Steve Porter. It was the first one where I was like, and it was expensive, but you know what? It was delicious. I loved it.
I
So-
really want to go.
There was a point in time when we were doing dining reviews, not just for quick service, table service too. We were not showing any parts of the restaurant. And so a lot of times when we talk about these things, I have to go back to the last review we did. Sometimes that is 2016, 17, 18. And I'm like, okay, surely I'll be able to get a good still shot in this video of a wide shot of the restaurant inside. And we never showed it. I'm like, how did some of these dining reviews used to get 70,000 views when we basically didn't showcase any of the restaurant, didn't talk about it. It's just like, here's the food. Don't worry about everything else. But yeah.
Mick Mouse.
Yeah, you and Steve, I believe, at that restaurant had a great experience.
We did. We
Callback.
had great character interactions. I remember that, and the food was very good.
Yeah. Well, our final one, and this is over. Yak and Yeti Restaurant.
Yes, I have.
I
been.
have.
I have not.
Well,
I did finally go into it though. I walked into it recently when Jill got her annual pass. I walked in, sat at the bar. So I was at the bar. I don't know if that counts.
It does not. You have to eat that full meal. And unfortunately, it won't be a place for review for a while because I believe that
Tom
was
Bell and I
reviewed-
went there once.
I believe that was reviewed recently by don't you throw Tom in here.
I did go to the quick service and I reviewed it.
we're
I
not doing
reviewed
quick
the
service.
outside quick service with Tom Bell.
No,
so.
that did not. That was
That doesn't count?
That does
Doesn't
not count. Got to be table service. So X Tom off the list. I was going to say though, Panda, I believe, was the last person to review it, and he did it with Paul and Amy, and the other person in that party who I believe introed and outroed the video was Denny Sunderly. So there we go. We got all but one. Because I actually forgot about Denny in the list of that. Yeah, so he didn't get the one. I'm sure I ate at one of the restaurants with him, but I don't know. We'll never know.
I don't know
now.
I don't know. Yeah. No, it was at Universal, so it wasn't at Disney, but we went to the Italian place, I think. I think we went to Vivo.
No, we definitely we did
No, that
reviews.
wasn't him.
We did reviews with him, but I feel like he mostly did reviews directly with like Pete and then usually one other person.
Yeah, it wasn't.
You probably have done a review with him every now and then, but it was...
What about when Flying Fish opened at the Boardwalk? No?
Was he there for that?
Was that after that?
I know he was there when we went and filmed the video with the chef, but I don't remember if he was there for the review.
The video for the chef would have been after the review, though, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Leave your
We'll have
guesses
to.
in the
Yeah,
comments.
we'll do
I
that.
don't know.
For now, we'll end this episode.
You know what's funny, though? This video is probably filled with people that will... that in the future, we're doing this card game, and we won't work anymore. So it's like, it in itself became the game we just played.
Yeah.
So it's
Listen,
fine.
At the DIS, we're about meta, if
Yeah.
nothing else. And I'm not talking the metaverse.
We're
I'm
talking about Corey Martin's investment in the metaverse.
Okay, that's going to do it for this episode of the Disney Dining Show. I hope you enjoyed it and listening to us talk about which restaurants we have and haven't been to. Of course, we're going to do this for Disney Springs and the resorts later on, but let us know which ones you haven't been to, the ones where we've had a team member that hasn't been to a restaurant. Let us know which ones you want to prioritize. Just let us know. Talk to us about this stuff. And of course, if you want to support us more, book a trip through Dreams Unlimited Travel. If you watch this on YouTube, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, leave other comments if you would like to. If you listen to this, subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and leave us a rating and review when possible. And I believe that covers it all. So thank you very much for tuning in to this week's episode of the Disney Dining Show. Again, I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again real soon where we're talking the culinary world of Walt Disney World. Take care. Bye-bye. Stay hungry.
Yummy, yummy.